First pitch, Correa to Maldonado. Scorches one in the air to center. It freezes Spur for a moment. He's back at the wall. It's gone. 3-run shot. A rude greeting by Cam Maldonado as Joe Correa enters out of the bullpen. A couple of long-tenured coaches on each of these teams, and it's Mike Lavin at the helm of the Northeastern Huskies, 4-time CAA Coach of the Year, including last year, 2 of the last 3 seasons for Glab.
He recently got his 300th victory as head coach of the Northeastern program, where he went to school and starred in the 90s. And he's got this program in great shape, humming right along. At-large bid into the NCAA tournament a year ago and positioning themselves, if they don't win the CAA, to make a pretty good case for another at-large bid this season.
Couple of teams in that discussion out of the CAA, and even the Big East might be thinking multiple bids this league, with Xavier, St. John's, UConn, all having great years. Smoked foul. Leadoff hitter in the inning. It's the number 7 man, Gregory Bozzo. Bozzo, Walsh, Maldonado, 7, 8, 9 due up against Van Emmen, who after first 3 reached, first 3 scored, has settled in a touch.
I figure this is the part of the order when you just look at it, you say, okay, bottom third, 7, 8, 9. You've got a guy who's inexperienced in the middle of that group. This is the part that you really want to attack.
Line drive, center field, and instead it's Bozzo attacking Van Emmen for a leadoff single here in the second.
And the problem with that is that Bozzo has really extended the Northeastern lineup by, in the second half of the season, completely changing his profile as a hitter, and all of a sudden has become a weapon, whereas before he was much more of an afterthought in the Northeastern lineup. No longer the case.
Here's the pitch to the next man up, Chris Walsh. Known the extra base numbers have tapered off for Bozzo after doubles and home runs were coming aplenty for him, but still adding an extra dimension, as you described there, Alex, even as some of the extra bases aren't coming as free and easy. Well, here's a guy making his 3rd start of the season, a Connecticut native, Chris Walsh. Two for 10 on the season. And now he sees the count even on him.
Yeah, Walsh guy has really worked hard behind the scenes, and because of injury has been able to step into a role that may have been unforeseen. He had Jack Doyle and Carmelo Muzakia playing ahead of him. Those two are a little bit banged up. They hope to get them back soon, but Walsh had to step into the starting lineup this past weekend and acquitted himself well, and Mike Lavin really likes the work that he's put in to get in this spot.
Full count. Got a catcher at first base, so you don't normally think that this is a spot to take off, but Northeastern, Bozzo's 7 of 8 on steals this season. There he goes. The pitch, it's upstairs, ball 4. That is just the style of ball that Northeastern plays, and it's by the boards anyway, with a walk putting 2 aboard and nobody out.
Yeah, Northeastern will recruit speed all over the lineup, and well, with this being such an important game with regard to the RPI implications, it's going to be a short leash here for Gabe Van Emmen, as he is going to be done for the day without retiring a batter here in the 2nd inning.
We'll step aside. Cam Maldonado due up for Northeastern. When we return, we'll tell you all about the new Husky hurler in a moment. Here's a look at Cam Maldonado getting ready to take on the new arm out of the UConn bullpen. It's right-hander Joe Correa, who's not even thrown 9 innings so far this season.
Yeah, he hasn't thrown 9 innings, but he has been really heavily used. Correa, this is his 15th appearance. The ERA is high, 6.23, but it's been colored by one bad outing against St. John's when he gave up 4 earned runs in 2/3 of an inning. Other than that outing against the Red Storm, the ERA this season, 2.25, only 2 earned runs in 8 innings of work. He last pitched against Villanova on April 26th, his 4th of 4 consecutive scoreless outings, each of them, though, less than 1 inning. We'll see how long he is due to go here. There is lefty action in the bullpen right behind him.
Yeah, for Correa, the longest he's gone in an outing this season has been an inning and a third, so 4 outs recorded. And for UConn, it looks like might be Kieran Finnegan. That's the one loosening out there in the bullpen for UConn. So Finnegan is someone who's come on really strong lately. And again, the question remains, how long of a leash is it for Correa here taking over? Cam Maldonado, just a 200 hitter coming in.
Adam, this game, we were looking forward to it for the matchup, but I think the urgency that both of these teams are treating at it is making this feel like a tournament game, which adds another layer of fun and competitiveness. And we're going to see changes like this. When a guy is struggling a little bit, there's not going to be much time to let him sort it out. Managers will be quick to make a change.
First pitch, Correa to Maldonado. Scorches one in the air to center. It freezes Spur for a moment. He's back at the wall. It's gone. 3-run shot. A rude greeting by Cam Maldonado as Joe Correa enters out of the bullpen.
Wow, Maldonado not waiting around at all. He's starting to hit the ball really well. It's his 3rd home run in the last 7 games, his 5th of the season. Absolutely unloads to straightaway center. The wind is blowing a little bit out, but Correa, he is certainly wishing he had that one back.
Maldonado nearly passing Walsh on the base paths. But all is well as the first pitch to the leadoff man, it's Luke Beckstein. So already 3 homers the first time through the order for Northeastern. Sirota, McGregor, Maldonado. Strike 1.
It was Beckstein who got the train rolling with his full count walk back in the first inning before Sirota hit the home run.
Walk began the game, set the tone against Gabe Van Emmen, who's charged with 5 of the 6 runs so far. That puts a final line on Van Emmen. 1 inning, 5 runs, all earned. 3 hits and a couple of walks, pair of strikeouts. And if not for a Corey Morton home run robbery, might have been a touch worse. 2-2, he went. Joe Gravina, the home plate umpire, rings him up. And that is the first out recorded by Correa.
Yeah, Beckstein just goes a little bit too far. He thought he had held up. Pitch was down, looked like a little breaking ball. And called out by the home plate umpire. Did not have to go down to Donald Smith to make that call.
Breaking ball misses in. So let's see for Sirota, a guy who at the start of the year was projected to be a bona fide, no doubt, first-round pick. And actually, as you take a look around the seating bowl, you've got multiple folks with their phones out, taking video, scouts here in attendance. As Sirota shoots one in the air to left center. Spur is back on the track, and again, it's gone from Sirota. The gaggle of scouts just look at each other and shrug. 2 innings, 2 at-bats, 2 home runs for Mike Sirota.
1 to left, 1 to center. No doubt about either of them. Maybe a little bit more because it's tougher to get it out to center here at Friedman Diamond, but Mike Sirota unloading on a couple of swings here. He was a second half of the season player last season. doing it again here as the home runs have begun to come in droves for him.
Him and the rest of his teammates, that's 4 home runs out of the first 11 batters for Northeastern. Here's the pitch, as that one is scorched foul with home run distance out to right field. There is nothing fooling these Northeastern hitters right now, because even the one ball put into play that was recorded for an out was the home run robbery. The other 4 outs today have been strikeouts. So if they're getting bat on it, you're in trouble.
And there haven't been too many days like this year at Friedman Diamond where the wind is blowing out, the temperature's warm, and the conditions are such that the ball will carry. You know, for a long time, this ballpark really was unfriendly to power hitters. Then Mike Glavin started recruiting some guys that could hit home runs, and all of a sudden this place plays a lot smaller.
3-1. Nips the inside corner. Tyler McGregor had his 20-game on-base streak earlier this season. Snapped against UNCW. He's just kept on mashing. The 3-2 is flown in the air to left field by McGregor. You're kidding. A 5th homer in 2 innings for the Northeastern Huskies.
And for McGregor, this is his 9th home run in the last 7 games. This is insane, Adam.
What are we watching?
Home run brigade. Just a merry-go-round, non-stop around the bases here. UConn's lone run came off a homer. And that's going to spell the end of a short outing for Joe Correa.
Kieran Finnegan was the man loosening up for UConn. We'll see if it is his number getting dialed up by Jim Penders. A third pitcher in this 2nd inning coming up for the Huskies.